Over the past few years of me doing this whole YouTube thing, as my channel has expanded and I've started to work on different media related projects, I've also had to deal with the fact that sometimes copyright holders will abuse the system and claim that one of your videos belongs to them for the simple fact that you use some of their material in your video. As such, I wanted to make this video as a sort of mini guide to people with small YouTube channels who want to know what to do in these situations. Now, before I start to talk disrespectfully for some of the copyright issues that I've had to deal with, if you get a copyright claim, I will say that even if you don't want to annoy anyone or you don't want to deal with any legal ramifications, always at least ask for the initial 30-day review of the video, because most of the time they are just using a automated copyright system. There's been plenty of times when I've uploaded a video, it got hit by an automatic claim, I applied for a review, and in the span of 2 to 3 hours someone has approved my video and it's no longer an issue. Not everyone is an asshole about this sort of thing, even some of the bigger companies will be fine with your videos. Now, until the past few months, the worst I had to deal with were some copyright holders who made a bit of noise but ultimately had no bark. The two main examples of this are Warner Bros and Paramount. With the Halo reviews I did ages ago, Paramount started to try and claim my videos, and if you look at my first two videos, they're very bad. This is because I was a new YouTuber and I was actually quite scared of the system and I didn't really want to upset anyone. As such, I removed a lot of the substance I had already inserted into the videos and replaced it with still images, making my videos look very tacky and badly made. But for my second episode review, I held my ground this time, and instead of backing down I disputed them again, even when it threatened me with a copyright strike, and they ended up backing down and my video was uploaded intact. Then we have Warner Bros. For my Man of Steel videos, for the first 5 videos I uploaded, when I disputed this copyright claim, they would then take 1 or 2 weeks to get back to me, just to tell me that they thought the video should still belong to them and that they won't remove the claim. It was only after I pressed on, when I could have gotten a copyright strike, that they decided to drop the claim to my video and let them stay up. And for the most part, these have been the type of copyright claims that I've been dealing with, until I uploaded my Looper video. When I tried to upload this video, I immediately went through the appeal processes, and I expected that after my previous encounters that once I pressed on through the second review, the group would give up. They didn't. They still insisted that it was their video and demanded that YouTube remove it and a strike would be applied to my channel. Now, this is the part that I want people to pay attention to especially. Just because it has gotten to a second review, it doesn't mean that someone has actually looked at your content. It's entirely possible that they've just claimed it for the slimmest of justifications, even if your video is very obviously fair use. Because of this, instead of immediately getting it taken off YouTube, as you would expect, they instead schedule it to be removed in 7 days, just to drag out the process because they know they aren't actually going to be able to do anything legally, so they'll just inconvenience you in this way instead. Then, once it is taken down and a copyright strike is applied to your channel, I would recommend that if your video is genuinely fair use, and you know that it's 100% transformative, and you're going up against an actual big legal company, then do a counter notification for your video. Now, this seems scary because it threatens legal action, and if you're a small channel and you don't have a lot of money, as is the case with me, you might feel like giving up. I say don't, for 2 key reasons. For a start, in order for them to keep the video down and claim it as their property, they have to take legal action. This is an expensive and tiresome procedure to start. And if you're a small channel that isn't going to be affecting them financially in the slightest with your video, then they aren't going to pay all of this money to take you on because it just isn't worth it. Secondly, if your video is clearly fair use, then legally they don't have a leg to stand on. It doesn't take a genius to look at my Looper video and see that it has a very different experience compared to the actual film. So they aren't going to fight my counter notification because they very obviously aren't going to win. So far, I've filed counter notifications twice for 2 videos, the Looper video and the Lucy video. In both of these cases, they dragged out the takedown for 7 days and then they dragged out the counter notification for another 10 business days before they gave up and let my videos back on the platform. Because ultimately I was in the right. So yeah, this isn't going to be a video that talks about a load of legal jargon and all these copyright rules and things like that. This is just a small personal perspective from me. This sort of perspective is kind of why I wanted to make the video in the first place. I wanted to make this video mostly because a lot of channels that talk about this stuff don't seem to have any first-hand experience when dealing with this topic. And on top of this, I am quite a small channel, and I think that this makes me and the struggles I went through more relatable to new channels that are trying to navigate the murky waters of YouTube. And hopefully this advice has helped you out in some way when it comes to dealing with future projects. Thanks for watching, lads and lasses. If there's any of you who have small YouTube channels or are thinking of trying to start a small YouTube channel, if you ever want any help or you just want to talk to someone, I have my email in my description and you can find me on Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing and checking out some of my other videos. Sharing always helps, and if you're feeling really generous, please consider my Patreon or YouTube membership. I also have a Twitter and occasionally I do live streams. But most of all, I just hope you had a great day and hopefully I will see you in the next video.